If you're planning a trip to Africa, you've probably read or seen videos about the continent's most famous animals, which include lions, elephants, and buffaloes, to name a few. With so much focus on these animals, it can be very easy to believe everything you hear about them, especially one concerning the early history or explaining a natural or social phenomenon of these animals. Unfortunately, some of this information tends to be factually inaccurate. In this video, we will be looking at 10 safari myths about African animals that are simply untrue. Number 10. Zebras are white animals covered with black stripes. The fact that zebras have more light-colored hair than dark and bellies that are usually light makes them appear white with black stripes. But this is not the case. All of a zebra's fur, both black and white, grows from follicles containing melanocyte cells. These cells are found in almost all animals and are primarily responsible for producing the pigment that gives skin hair color. Melanocyte cells in both cases produce melanin. In the case of zebras, their white fur represents a lack of melanin. White is not its own pigment. They only exist because the black pigment is denied. Therefore, black is the default color of all zebras. Number 9. Giraffes sleep only 30 minutes a day. There's a popular belief that giraffes only sleep for half an hour per day, but this is not usually the norm. These nearly 2-story tall critters sleep for about 4.5 hours per day. Interestingly, they sleep mostly in 5-minute bursts, and sometimes with one eye open while standing up to allow them to be on alert and quick to flee in case of any danger. Number 8. Crocodiles hide their food underwater. One popular myth about crocodiles is that they prefer to hide their food under a submerged log until it rots. This is usually not the case, but a fantastical story to send shivers down your spine. The truth of the matter is that crocodiles only store their food inside their bellies, and any food stashed underwater would be quickly stolen by other crocodiles or even fish. Number 7. Porcupines shoot their quills. There's popular misinformation that porcupines shoot their quills at their enemy. This is not true. Porcupines detach their quills easily when touched rather than shooting them. These quills are nothing more than modified hair that can be regrown if they are lost. They tend to have very sharp tips with overlapping scales, making them extremely difficult to remove when stuck in an animal's skin. Interestingly, a single porcupine can have up to 30,000 quills, with some quills growing up to 50 centimeters long. Number 6. Crocodiles fake tears. The expression crocodile tears means insincere emotion or sadness. The saying stems from the fact that crocodiles cry while eating, but there's more to the story than that. Researchers found that crocodiles do tear up when they eat, but for still undetermined biological reasons. One theory is that when crocodiles hiss and huff while eating, Air pushed through the nose mixes with tears and empties into the eyes. Number 5. Elephants have their own graveyards. According to this myth, when the elephant realizes it is about to die, it travels to the location where its relatives died previously and succumbs there as well. While there is no evidence to support this theory, large numbers of elephant remains have been previously found within a small geographic region. But these so-called elephant graveyards have been proven to be primarily caused by environmental factors such as drought or poisoning. So what about the myth that elephants visit these graveyards to pay their respects to long-lost loved ones? While there's still no evidence to support this theory, researchers have discovered that elephants interact with the remains of their own species when they come across them. They will not necessarily travel to see these remains, but they might stop to give the remains some attention if they spot them during their regular routine. Number 4. Ostrich buries its head in the sand. Contrary to the popular belief, the ostrich does not bury its head in the sand when scared. In fact, when an ostrich detects danger and is unable to flee, it will flop to the ground and remain motionless, attempting to blend in with the landscape. Similarly, an ostrich may appear to have its head in the sand from time to time, but this is not due to fear. They dig shallow holes in the sand to use as nests for their eggs. They also use their beak several times a day to turn the eggs in the nest, giving the impression that they are burying their heads in the sand. Number 3. Hippos are good swimmers. While hippos prefer to spend the majority of their time in the water, many people tend to assume that they are excellent swimmers. However, this is not the case. Hippos do not have streamlined bodies or flippers, and while their toes are webbed, their legs are rather short and fat. Therefore, rather than swimming, hippos move in a slow-motion gallop along the river. Basically, they run along the bottom of the river. Number 2. Male lions do not hunt. In most nature documentaries, male African lions are usually portrayed as lazy layabouts who prefer to let the females do all of the hunting. But this is usually not the case all the time. Recent research has led many scientists to reframe this notion. While male lions within established pride groups do not hunt as frequently as females, mounting evidence suggests that they are just as capable as females. In pride groups, females do the majority of the hunting, but male lions have also been shown to bring down prey just as often as females when they do hunt as well. Number 1. Hyenas are nothing more than scavengers. Hyenas are undoubtedly one of the world's most reviled natural predators. They are frequently portrayed as scavengers, bullies of the African plains that frequently laugh as they band together to steal hard-earned meals from their more majestic competitors. However, this is far from the truth. It is a myth often perpetuated by nature documentaries that show large groups of hyenas ganging against the lions after a kill. The truth is that spotted hyenas are excellent hunters in their own right, In fact, the majority of the prey they consume is a result of their own hunting efforts, which we often overlook while applauding the efforts of their competitors. We admire the strength of a leopard dragging its prey up a tree, the speed of a cheetah coursing a gazelle, and the teamwork of lions as they pursue large and dangerous animals. Yet we fail to notice that hyenas are just as impressive and efficient hunters as well. Now that you know that these safari myths are untrue, what next? As the saying goes, seeing is believing, and perhaps you're at the point where you want to see for yourself. At Kenya Wild Parks, we can certainly get you started on a journey that you will never forget. It's one thing to hear about it, but when you see African wildlife up close, well, you will be awestruck. So why not click the link in our description below to start planning your trip to Kenya?